Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I've been waiting for you. That made me laugh because it reminds me of when I used to shoot videos in the past. But yeah, I've been waiting for you actually, and thanks for all the comments, thanks for all the feedback, thanks for all the positive energy, coming towards the content we're trying to push out here, and yeah, we're just going with the flow. Like I said, no structure. We're just going with the flow and seeing how things go, and yeah. So today we'll just be delving into the topic of faith, right? We'll just be talking about faith, talking about God, to be precise, right? For different people, God means different things. For different people, God means different things. Whatever your faith is, you know, Buddha, whatever you call faith, whatever that looks like. For me, Jesus is my anchor, right? So, but the whole essence of God, I'll just like to share this whole thoughts. How with so much spirituality, we kind of water down the potency of God's power around us, God's presence around us. So I put something out some weeks ago, which I mean it was a quote, and I just said it. There's so much of God in our daily carnal activities. It's I had to use kind of so it doesn't look like, there's so much of God in doing certain things that have a costume of spirituality, and then that's where people build tents around, and wherever your mode of worship is, be it your mosque, be it a church, be it a temple, whatever it is. The idea behind this is that God is always for us. He's always trying to reach out. He's always trying to communicate with mankind. So rather than look for God in those complex ideas, those complex, for Christians, there's a lot of looking for God, and which is there's room and space and place for that, but finding God in the very simple things, the kind of things you do, like you wake up, you start your day. I mean, it's good to have a routine. Everyone grows to a level, but if you could just pause, if you could just take your time, right, and just try to find God in those kind of things, those things that don't look like there's God in it. Like, you know, it could be, it could be like you could be watching a movie, and there's God is still trying to speak through that movie. You could call it your intuition, you could call it whatever, but at the end of the day, God's presence is everywhere. Like, that's one thing we all can agree with. Be whatever your faith is, we can all agree that God is everywhere. Now, who God is might differ, right? But it's good to find common ground where we can agree and have conversations around, right? So yeah, it's as simple as that. There's so much of God in things that don't look spiritual. That's where you could actually find solace and find him always, always having this compassion towards mankind. We can all agree God is love. you know that's standard. God is love. God is, even the guy who doesn't believe in a God has an idea about a being that kind of like watches over us, kind of thing, like watches over us, is trying to, but I mean, some people have this old man mentality of God trying to smack us or whatever it is. But like I said, we find a common ground where we can agree on, and that's God is love. The goal is to just be yourself as you journey, because the journey is different for everyone. It's totally different. We all have our different journeys, and in those journeys, there's footnotes. There's, yeah, literally footnotes, where if you just pause and pay attention, you would you would have an encounter that can actually change the course of your life for good. And it's always for good. It's not for, it's not for bad. It's always for good. But yeah, I've said all that to say that, you could always actually find God in your simple daily activities, in those little things. God is present. God is always present. Like, I was in a class last week with Sean Gaby, amazing guy, man, amazing pastor, leading a church in Ottawa, and and the whole goal was, people just recognizing their father's voice, and because he speaks, we always hear him speaking. So the goal is just recognizing his voice, not trying to get him to speak because he's speaking already. So so yeah, just find peace in the simple things, in the simple activities. It could be soccer, it could be whatever it is. Just find those footnotes. God is always for us, always for us. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this meant something to you, and we can have more conversations. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Let me add please, so they don't say you're proud. Please subscribe, and yeah, I'd appreciate that. And share with your friends. And let's get the conversation rolling on Instagram, everywhere. And yeah, thank you, and see you in my next video.